Carried a chessboard from it. We found Simon Key's fingerprints. Surely it wasn't you who discovered the fingerprints. Hey, I'm just a prosecutor, aren't I? I leave the stuff to the forensics team. These fingerprints could be a problem. But wasn't the chessboard originally? Maybe I should take another look at the evidence. Perfectly simple, perfectly decisive, right? Belong to brought to him at a quest. We should probably get a little more evidence, a little more pressing before we just press it, you know? Right? What's perfectly simple and decisive is how flimsy your testimony is. What are you saying? You just can't keep up with my train of thought. It may be presumptuous of me, but allow me to explain. The fingerprints found at the scene belong to the guards and the prisoners. And the only ones that should not have existed belong to Simon Keyes. Yes, exactly! Do you get it now, Mr. Edgeworth? The real question is, do you get it? Only his are unnatural. That's not right. If there are other people's fingerprints, then there should be more suspects. I'm afraid that's not possible. And why is that? Certainly, if not for Simon Key's prints, there should be more suspects. However, his fingerprints should not have existed. That's right. After all, Simon is neither a prisoner nor a guard, so naturally he wouldn't have been allowed into the prison. And yet he left his fingerprints. I think that's enough reason for arrest. Wouldn't you say? Yes, well done, Justine. You're welcome. Okay. First notice because I'm the best. They were unnatural despite the fact... No! It wasn't? But how not? He was literally asked to bring it! He was asked to bring it! Oh my god! She's like the hot Dommy mommy and she's just like pathetic loser boyfriend. I love this. That's pretty cute actually. Also, you don't need to yell objection so loudly. Just showing evidence would suffice. You don't need to tell me that? The other prints belong to the victims and the guards, so I guess only his are natural. Okay, let's just press everything. Just want to notice. Do you have any proof? I noticed at the very instant I saw the crime scene. That's at the speed of light. That's the best kind of proof. And what does that prove? You still don't understand. But don't feel too bad. You're simply not the best. Unlike me. I don't think I want to understand. My reasoning is faster than light. It'll take you a light year to get back. I'm sure I am the best. That's not right. You do realize that a light year is not a measurement of time. Oh? Sebastian, a light year is a unit of distance. Oh! Right! What? This isn't the time for this! What is he saying? It's really vague and hard to understand. I still have to teach him how to speak a language people can understand. Teach it to him, Professor Edgeworth! Okay. Let's get this a little bit better. Let's get one thing clear. You do know who you arrested, right? What? Do you take me for a fool? The one I arrested was Simon Keyes, no doubt about that. I expected he'd at least understand that much. He had a fatal reason for the rest. We found Simon Keyes' fingerprints. It should be this part right here, but maybe if we press this? Really, that's quite a surprise. So what is this fatal reason for the arrest? Are you attempting to lure information out of me through flattery? A good strategy, but I'm afraid it won't work on me. We have found vital evidence implicating Simon Keyes. That's what Sebastian was trying to say. Yes, so because of the vital evidence, I had Simon arrested. Okay, we found Simon Keyes. Maybe if we just do this a little bit more? Surely it wasn't you who discovered the fingerprints. Yeah, forensics team. To take another look at the evidence. So why is it telling me right there? That's the thing that's like confusing me. I mean, it was his, right? Objection! We just pressed on the wrong thing. Okay. Fingerprints found on the chessboard. Is that the ace up your sleeve? Ace in my sleeve? Oh, ace up my sleeve. Yes, the methods I use are always the best. This ace is my trump card. Well then, allow me to show you that it is not, in fact, a trump card at all. Simon Keyes was the one who sent this chessboard to the victim in the first place. So it's only natural some of his prints be left on them. That took way too long. These fingerprints are hardly decisive evidence. Perhaps your arrest was a little too rash? Rash? To begin with, this incident occurred in the detention center and the prison. To suspect Simon just because he isn't a prisoner or a god is a little unreasonable. Ah! What? What's with him all of a sudden? I finally get what you're trying to say. Rash, you mean we were too quick to arrest the guy, right? He was stuck on that? Sure, I was the first to lay eyes on him. But I was the first to notice the evidence. That was even faster. But I am not rash. Sure, Simon Keyes isn't a guard or a prisoner, but... Sebastian. Judge Courtney? What are you doing, Justine? Don't butt in like that. Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting. However, shouldn't you get to the best part first? The best part? Why don't you tell them about your wonderful reasoning regarding the murder weapon? Good one, Justine. Nice suggestion. Mr. Edgeworth, listen to my first-rate reasoning. Objection! Will this reasoning explain why you arrested Mr. Keyes? I'm sure it will meet your expectations. Judge Courtney just changed the flow of the conversation. What is she planning? Well, murder weapon's location. It's obviously the murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, the prison maintains strict control over potentially lethal items. So, that's why I've reasoned that the murder weapon was brought in from the outside. Yes, it was hidden inside the chessboard. And since only the victim and the suspect's fingerprints were found on the chessboard, isn't it obvious who brought and used the murder weapon? At least it's clearer than his last testimony. It's the best reasoning you could get from a prosecutor. The best. How do you like that? Now he's mixing up the best with his own name. But could someone really hide a weapon inside a gift sent to a prisoner? You'll find a good place if you examine the inside of the chessboard. Inside the chessboard? Is there some place to hide the weapon? So, examine? I thought there was only chess pieces inside. Wow, what an annoying laugh! Inside the chessboard, huh? Perhaps I should examine it a bit further. Here? The top panel is removable. Quite deep. Yes, there's more than enough room to hide a small knife. I understand now. This is how the culprit smuggled in the... What's the hum? It wasn't even finished! Mr. Debeste, there's something you've forgotten. There's a gate at the entrance of the detention center. Well, there is, but... He means the security gate. The metal detector, Sebastian. He had to pass through the same check when we entered the prison. Remember? Yeah, that's it. I remember now. It looks like he completely forgot. It would be impossible to smuggle a sharp metal object into the detention center. Therefore, your reasoning never held, even from the very beginning. That gate is only used on people. In other words, packages sent to the detention center undergo a simpler check. Well, they don't use a metal detector for that. This never should have happened. It seems the guards were too careless. Oh. And the security gate jolted down. Right, Justine. Thanks for the assist. You're welcome. Now then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, your cross-examination, if you please. Examination? As if we're in a courtroom. Very well. Just reasoning. Let's see how long it will hold up under pressure. Boom, ba dum, ba dum, boom. It's a rebut! It was a sharp metal. How is it obvious? A sharp metal object. You have proof of that. Didn't you see the victim's wound? Worthless prosecutor. The fatal blow was a stab to the throat. A knife perfectly matches up with that. There could be no other explanation. Since you don't know about that piece of information yet. Nothing to say? Speechless, aren't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Right, next. There's plenty more to be my reasoning. Prison maintains strict control of lethal weapons. It's obvious the murder weapon was a sharp metal object, but that's not the case. What if we just... No. I was too antsy-pantsy about this. I shouldn't have done that. I just love how she comes in to rescue him every fucking time. It's so good. He really needs his mommy. His mommy judge. My real problem is her rather than Mr. Debeste. Okay. Maintain strict control over potential lethal weapons. Even with the strict control, there are still some items that can be used, yes? Well, yeah, things like Roman scissors. Of course there's more to this. Right, Sebastian? Exactly. At the time of the incident, only one was being borrowed. However, there was no reaction when we tested it for blood. Those would be scissors Mr. Sawit was practicing with. So the inside of the prison was completely clear of sharpened implements. Was brought from the outside. Okay. Can you be more specific about where it came from? Of course I can. It didn't come from inside the prison. You're trying to sound smart. Simon Keyes brought it in. That's what we mean. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you even figure that much out? I'm disappointed in you. And you've disappointed me from the start. So, Simon brought the murder weapon? But how, you ask? Hidden inside the chessboard. I don't think we need to, like, contest that. It's only the victim and the suspect's fingerprints were found on the chessboard. Isn't it obvious who brought and used the murder weapon? No. So can you tell us exactly who this person was? The culprit is you! Simon isn't here. Such a pitiful man. You best go gently on him. I see. I just wanted to tease him. Don't make fun of me! That list has seemed, like faulty reasoning. Judge Courtney held him out. No, the argument was entirely his own reasoning. In that case, this will be tough. Got anything up your sleeves, Miles? Boss, they don't know all the facts. This reasoning doesn't appear to have any weak points at first glance, but on closer inspection, there is a hole, right? Should press them to draw out more information and find the hole in their logic. I'll strike first and take out hold of any clues I find. Okay, so maybe we should press that one little bit that we didn't do. Was it really just their fingerprints you found? My pops always says, you may be foolish in youth, but you must not be stupid. Not stupid. What was that, huh? He means he's not stupid enough to tell a lie. Oh? I knew that. I'm not stupid enough to lie. So the fingerprints are the honest truth. Isn't it obvious you brought and used the murder weapon? Hid inside the chessboard. No one was found at the crime scene, yet even inside the chessboard. So where did the murder weapon disappear to? I'd like to hear your answer to that. That's, well, after the crime, the culprit must have hidden it somewhere in the prison. A problem with the statement Debeste just made. The murder weapon is hidden inside the prison? I don't think so. It's clear from this piece of evidence. It shows that the murder weapon can't be inside the prison. It can't be inside. I didn't know we had to prove that it can't be inside the prison. It wouldn't be that. Or was my key in the position? No. This is the best in order. Search the entire prison but did not find the murder weapon. There you go. Have you completely forgotten your own actions? You, along with Warden Rowland, conducted a search of the prison. But you did not find the murder weapon, right? Oh, that's... We must have overlooked something. This guy just completely contradicted himself. You carried out such a sloppy investigation. I'm amazed that you call yourself the best. Are you mocking me? Sebastian? Please calm yourself. Don't get caught up in the opponent's pace. I'm fine, Justine. Did you really think the best prosecutor would be shaken by someone miles behind him? I wish you stopped messing around with other people's names. Oh, in that case, Kay Faraday is far, far ahead. Hey, don't you get caught up with this too? Yes, if my best investigation didn't find anything, then there must not have been a single weapon in the prison. In that case, there's only one possibility. The criminal must have taken the murder weapon with him when he left the prison. So it's only natural we didn't find it in there. Yeah. There was no way the culprit could have brought the weapon out of the prison. And this piece of evidence shows why. Yeah, it's right here. Have you completely forgotten your own testimony? That's twice you've insulted me! Oh, it seems you remember what I said earlier. But you do well to remember further than that. What is that? This guy, he really doesn't remember anything. Seems that way. The detention center and the prison are equipped with security gates. Anyone leaving must pass through these gates. Gates equipped with the metal detectors. That's what you... Looks like he remembers now. Yes, there's no way someone could have brought the murder weapon through those gates. And so the criminal could not have taken it out of the prison either. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you know where this murder weapon went to? Perhaps the weapon is still inside the prison? But we couldn't find it anywhere in the prison! The reason you didn't find it is because you believed it to be a sharp metal object. You saw the very moment where Mr. Knightley was attacked. After all. If you could say that much, then perhaps you could enlighten us. What would you say is the murder weapon in this case? With this piece of evidence, the murder weapon of this case became obvious. Well, first I want to see and look at it. Yeah, you do not get like a full up head about that. It is a penetrating wound on the neck, and the dog could make that penetrating wound, but he also had like that thing towards it, so I'm still not inclined to believe this is the case. I do believe he did bite him though. Here's the footage from a security camera. It shows one of the cells at the detention center. See it with your own eyes. So where is the doggo? Because I didn't pay enough attention to that part. It was a black blurb. You see it? It goes down. But that doesn't show that being the case. What? This is... It can't be! This tape clearly shows the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. I believe this is sufficient proof, wouldn't you say? Indeed. This is vital evidence. Lawrence Knightley was killed in the detention center by that dog. After all, after that, the body was moved to the prison workroom. Our witness claims to have seen a dog in the workroom when the body was found. Of Of course, a dog couldn't have planned this crime on its own. However, there is someone who could have. That's enough, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Judge Courtney, it's true this camera footage is vital evidence. However, there is something else you must prove. Actually, you already noticed it, haven't you? Just as she says, there is still a huge flaw in my reasoning. If that black dog is a prisoner's pet, how was it able to move between the detention center and prison? Ah! We do, Mr. Edgeworth! Still don't know how the dog managed to move from one place to the other. I knew it. What? You're one to talk! You don't know either! Do you not solve this mystery? I'm afraid I cannot accept your logic. If this was a real courtroom, I would call for a recess now. What? Wait! I'm not finished yet! Court has been adjourned. Leave at once. This isn't a courtroom. Well then, as I said, court is adjourned. Objection! I can't prove my argument, but isn't it the same case with Mr. Keyes? Whatever do you mean? Just as I don't know how the dog entered the detention center, you also don't know how Simon Keyes entered the detention center and prison. Although he came to visit the victim, he was an outsider to the prison. Don't you think it would be difficult for him to commit a crime inside the prison? Judge Courtney, now the burden of proof lies with you. Show us evidence that Simon Keyes entered the prison. You want me to present evidence? I'm happy to oblige. What? Does she really have evidence? It's about time I told you. Now that I know the basis of your reasoning, Prosecutor Edgeworth. What is she thinking? It seems you don't even know Simon Keyes' real occupation. He is a circus performer. A circus performer? Yes. Have you ever heard of the Berry Big Circus? Circus. Oh, but of course! Yes, it was the day I wouldn't have missed for the world. Wouldn't have missed for the world. Do you have some kind of important meeting? Oh, heavens, no! I despise meetings! It was the animal show, of course. It seems you've realized. On the day of the incident, an animal show was being performed at the prison. And the show was put on by the Berry Big Circus. So then, do you mean Simon Keyes entered the prison as a staff member of the animal show? That we know for a fact. Ugh. This woman, she's been concealing this fact the whole time. She only planned to reveal it after hearing my reasoning. Think of it. What are you doing, Justine? Don't butt in like that! Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting. However, shouldn't you go to the best part first? Mr. Debeste was going to say it then. She stopped him. How do you like that, worthless prosecutor? Didn't do anything. Well then, now it really is time for a recess. I'll end with some advice. I had already doubted your abilities as a prosecutor, which is why I relieved you of your authority. You best not forget that. What are you trying to say? The PIC can still take away your badge. If you value your badge, I'd advise you not to show your face before me again. Is that really a threat? A goddess of law is merciful, but that doesn't mean you could get away with everything. Oh, and one more thing. I must digress. I suggest you stop with this defense attorney act. It's none of your concern. I don't intend to abandon a case I'm involved in so easily. For defense attorneys, a relationship of mutual trust with the client is vital. It is very different from the way of the prosecutor. In any case, you didn't even know about your client's occupation. Well then, I must be going. May the blessings of the goddess of law be upon you. Oh damn, she's a badass bitch and I love her for it. Did Simon lie to us? It seems he lied to Uncle Ray too. This complicates matters. Oh, why'd he do that? Hey, Miles, don't tell me you got cold feet already. Courtney Pye is quite a handful, but giving up is still uncool. A defense attorney's creed is to never give up. Remember, you're my assistant. Of course, don't plan on giving up either. Just... my idea that he couldn't enter the prison no longer holds. Looks like we'll have to investigate once more. Ooh. Oh, that's wild! Oh, this is so wild. I'm loving this so much. It's such a good time. Oh my god. People weren't lying when they said it was fire. And goddamn, I love Courtney. I love Courtney so much. But hey, I had a crush named Courtney too, so what is that to say, right? But now it's time to end the show. And hopefully next time we could solve a bit better of the mystery of what happened to Knightley. Till then though, thank you all for watching. Sayonara. Bye bye.